Here are the two most common SEO mistakes in 2023. First mistake, creating content on your website without regard to the search intent. So the search intent of your website visitors. So what does that mean? Let's use some examples here. So one of the first things that a company will do when they've decided, hey, I want to get into the SEO game, I'm tired of paying all this money for Google Ads. How do I generate traffic organically? One of the first things they realize is that they have to start publishing content on their website, and so that if you publish content without regard to the search intent of the website visitor, then you can end up getting a lot of traffic, and your SEO strategist will generate a report and say, look at this amazing growth in traffic, and it won't translate into sales. So you can generate a lot of traffic to your website, but not increase your sales. And that's usually because content is being created on the website without regard to the search intent of the website visitor. So an example, let's say you sell air fryers. And you sell all kinds of air fryers, and your goal there is to sell air fryers. Click add to cart, checkout, sale, right? And it makes sense that you're probably going to have some recipes, right, on your website, and maybe a fried chicken. That's what I would look for an air fryer is a fried chicken recipe. It's a great recipe. It's your grandma's recipe, and when you look at do the keyword research, you'll find that there's a lot of people looking for fried chicken recipes in air fryers. And so you're going to get a lot of you're going to generate traffic, and there are a lot of people looking for that, right? So the search volume is way high on that. But if I'm looking for a fried chicken recipe for air fryers, chances are I already own an air fryer, and when I land on your website for your recipe, I'm not looking to buy an air fryer anytime soon. Best case scenario, I might need an accessory right? So I might need an accessory, and that's not to say you shouldn't have this type of content on your website, because it makes sense. You sell air fryers, maybe have some recipes as well, but manage your expectations, right? So that all that traffic that you're generating as a result of recipes, not really going to be the main driver of sales on your website, but it might help you with brand recognition. So here's what would work instead. Let's say you sell air fryers. What you want to target is the search intent of your buyer, who may be looking for something specific. So I might be looking, let's say I have a big family. I might look for a large capacity air fryer. And so if I'm doing a search for large capacity air fryer, then you should have an article on your website titled Large Capacity Air Fryer or Air Fryers. And that article will be all about large capacity air fryers. And the search volume is going to be low, right? So the search volume for that search is going to be super low compared to people looking for fried chicken recipes for air fryers. And that's okay, because that person looking for a large capacity air fryer is in the market to buy. And that's what you want, someone who wants to buy. So when they land on your website, their search intent with that search is to buy a large capacity air fryer. Now, they may still be just in the browsing phase, but they're definitely in the market to buy, as opposed to someone looking for a recipe. So once they land on your website, it's also your job to convince them to buy from you as opposed to your competitor. That's conversion optimization. But once they land on your website, the SEO work is done. That's a win there. So when you show up and they click through. So let's take a different service industry. So let's take a hair salon. Hair salon provides a service, and it's usually local service, right? So if a hair salon is trying to attract traffic from their customers, then they want to target the search intent for people who are local, as well as are looking specifically for the services that you provide. So you could have an article, if you own a salon, you could have an article on your website about different types of shampoo, or shampoo for people with curly hair, or shampoo for people with thin hair. And the search volume for that, again, those are going to be big numbers, right? You're going to get traffic from all over the world of people looking for different types of shampoo for their unique hair. And but those won't be your customers who are going to walk in the door at the salon, right? So manage your expectations. It's not all about, you can see your traffic numbers rise, right? But that's not going to translate into customers walking through the door. So a better search that's going to have a lot lower search volume, you're not going to see a big increase in traffic, but it can have a direct impact on your sales, is if you have an article on your site titled "Hairstylist for Curly Hair in Phoenix, Arizona," right? So your salon is in Phoenix. You have a hairstylist that specializes in working with curly hair. That you need to have that article on your website, right? If you're a salon in Phoenix, if I'm doing that search, I'm actually looking for a hairstylist for not my type of hair, but for curly hair, right? And then I'm going to be most likely I'm your customer, right? I'm going to walk through the door. So those are two examples. So think about your products and services and the content on your site and the search intent of your prospect, your buying customer, not just what's going to generate more traffic. Okay, so on my website, emilyjourney.com, I'm Emily Journey. So and I'm an SEO strategist and WordPress trainer. I have an article that generates a lot of traffic. It's also spot on for potential customers. So the search, the question, the title, the article, the search is there a WordPress certification? So I do WordPress training. Someone's searching, asking that question, may be interested in getting WordPress training. So is there a WordPress certification? I answer that question. The answer is no, there's not, but there is training, right? So if someone searches that, they'll land on my website, and then they'll also learn that, there's no certification, but that there is the option for a certificate. There's an option for training. I provide training, so it makes sense to have that article. An even more specific article on my website that focuses on search intent, but gets lower search volume, is the specific search for WordPress training, or one-on-one WordPress training, or staff WordPress training, right? So those are articles on my website targeting that very specific search intent to get WordPress training. Someone doing that search is my customer, and the intent behind that search is to look for someone who provides WordPress training. So avoid mistake number one, and mistake number one in SEO for 2023 is ignoring the search intent, right? So mistake number two for SEO, mistake number two for 2023, and this is specific, right, to the time that we're in, right? So this wasn't a big deal 2 years ago. It is now. And that is, so a mistake is to pretend that pretending that you don't need video to maintain or gain SEO standing. So you need video if you want to maintain or gain SEO standing in search. And here's what that's about. So one is, there's no excuse. It used to be, here's the excuses that used to work. So one excuse that used to work was budget. I don't have the money for video production, right? To hire a company to do video and then publish that on my website. Too much money, right? Not anymore. If you have a phone, then you can do video and you can publish that on your website. If you have a website manager, it's, you upload it to YouTube and have it uploaded to your website. So money, not an acceptable excuse anymore. And the other excuse is just fear around how you might present and being imperfect, and that's also no longer an excuse, because it turns out people are okay with imperfection. People are forgiving of mistakes and will hang around, right? Your customers will hang around, your prospects will stick around if you show up for them in video. So don't pretend that video doesn't matter. It's also one of the most important things that will help you rise above the onslaught of AI content that's being generated right now. So it has become so easy to generate articles, text-based articles that actually have strong SEO and in bulk, and so the sheer volume of text-based content that's being made on websites has just exploded, which makes the playing field even more competitive than ever. And so one of the quickest ways for you to stand out is to include video with your content on your website, a descriptive video, and or a video like this that I'm creating, and it doesn't even have to be this long. As a matter of fact, I recommend it not be this long. And then one of the quickest ways to really fall behind in SEO, maybe you're performing really well or you have some content that's performing really well. A great way for you to fall behind and become irrelevant is to neglect this piece, is to pretend that it doesn't matter. So that would be mistake number 2 in 2023 for SEO. Okay, stick with me. We'll figure out WordPress, we'll figure out SEO together. We'll take small steps.